Tom Skinner is being inducted into the Montrose Hall of Fame Class of 22 for the Community Service Award. Tom was a proud graduate of the Class of 75 from Clio High School. But over the years, he came to know and love Montrose as sort of an adopted hometown. He found the Montrose sports environment very exciting, positive, and welcoming. Since 2010, Tom served as the Sports and Marketing Director for the Montrose Digital Media TV, known as MDMTV.com. For over a decade, Tom provided aspiring Montrose students one of the strongest, most applauded high school broadcasting journalism programs in Michigan. Tom was a mentor and teacher specializing in play-by-play announcing, sports writing, and research. He was responsible for teaching the on-air talent and marketing advertising services to local businesses. His announcers won 5 straight Michigan High School Athletic Association School Broadcast Program of the Year awards, numerous individual and game awards, plus commercial and public service announcement awards. Tom's broadcasting experience put Montrose on the map when the digital media program he developed became a template for other high schools to emulate. Tom also ran a broadcasting summer camp for 7 years. Montrose also won the Michigan Interscholastic Press Association through Michigan State University 4 times for Best Sports Announcer and Individual Broadcasts. Tom worked directly with announcers that were named the top sports broadcasting team by the Michigan Association of Broadcasters 3 times. Eric Vandepfeiffer, who Tom recruited himself, won National Broadcaster of the Year by the National Federation of High Schools Network in 2017. Longtime Montrose teacher and MDM-TV advisor Jamie Kitts worked closely with Tom and said, "Tom is responsible for so much of the great work our kids have done. We could not have accomplished what we did without him. Plus, he really enjoyed working with the kids." He had a great love and respect for the kids he worked with in Montrose, as well as others around the state, through the Student Broadcast Foundation, and they loved him back. That became evident upon Tom's unexpected passing in October of 2021 at age 63, when his absence left a hole for many students, both current and former. Tom will be greatly missed by all who knew him, especially those in the sports world. Tom earned his bachelor's degree in political science from Western Michigan University. He was a broadcast journalist, sports historian, teacher, and writer. He was an independent contractor as a broadcaster and sports writer with the local Comcast station, the Michigan High School Athletics Association, MHSAA, and various radio stations in Michigan. He broadcasted many school sporting events as well as several Super Bowls over the years. Tom was a radio and TV broadcaster of just shy of 40 years. While at Comcast, he made sure Montrose football received coverage since the 1980s. In those early years, he recruited his sister Sue to help operate the camera. He was the sports director for Comcast Cablevision for 25 years, until Congress repealed the public access mandate for all cable monopolies in the late 1990s. It is estimated that Tom broadcasted over 6,000 games in his career. He covered all professional sports in Michigan, but is best known for the Comcast Game of the Week, for which he produced over 1,000 high school games, sometimes as many as 3 games of the week. Tom reported from the Masters and Ryder Cup golf tournaments, many Buick Opens, and 2 U.S. Open championships. He covered 2 Super Bowls and a World Series. His favorite time of the year was spring training at Joker Marchant Stadium in Lakeland, Florida, where he cemented friendship with many members of the Tigers and broadcasters from around the country. He was a regular at the Palace of Auburn Hills, Joe Louis Arena, Tiger Stadium, and then Comerica Park for Comcast and local radio stations. He covered the Olympic Junior National Hockey teams for Hockey Network and the Detroit Pistons for CBS Radio. He covered games at Tiger Stadium and interviewed legends like Sparky Anderson, Al Kaline, Alan Trammell, Lou Whitaker, and Stormin' Norm Cash, the first Tiger player to hit a ball out of Tiger Stadium, and was Tom's favorite Tiger. Tom interviewed many legendary athletes and broadcasters: Ernie Harwell, Muhammad Ali, Mickey Mantle, Chris Bird, Ray Lane, and more. Tom had a larger-than-life personality and never met a stranger. He was a very detailed, dramatic, and long storyteller. Tom loved sharing his broadcasting exploits of his time spent at the 1984 Summer Olympics in L.A. with his cousin, Rooster. Tom submitted a chapter of a book he was writing about his exploits at the Olympics and received a letter from Dan Aykroyd, who Tom wanted to get casted to play himself. Tom was a historian and was also working on a book about Montrose football. Tom lived and breathed sports, especially for the University of Michigan, and was an avid Detroit Tigers fan. Tom could recite sports statistics in his sleep and was always up for a sports trivia challenge. His family would say that he would never remember to take out the garbage, but he could tell you who had the last at-bat in the 1984 World Series. Tom was the son of Tom and the late Mary Skinner and was the oldest of their 6 children. His siblings are Sue Randall, Nancy Sather, Mary Fran Leineke, Joe and John Skinner. He loved being a special big brother to Tony Sumner and spending time with all of his nieces, nephews, great-nieces, and great-nephews. Tom had a special place in his heart for special needs kids who he felt were dealt a bad hand in life. His work with the Old Newsboys, the Whaley Children's Center, and the Elmer Knopf Learning Center gives testament to his passion for helping kids with special needs. Tom was also involved in many other organizations, such as the Flint Baseball Association and the Mott Athletic Bruin Club. Tom is being inducted into the Greater Flint Area Sports Hall of Fame in 2022 for his achievements. Tom loved the support from the Montrose community and was so proud of his broadcasting students. He hosted the broadcast of the Blueberry Parade for 5 years and flipped a mountain of pancakes at the Blueberry Pancake Breakfast for many years. In April 2022, the MDM-TV Broadcast Center was created that includes a video and audio lab, studio, and production space. The studio was dedicated to Tom Skinner as an acknowledgement of his hard work, dedication, and success he brought to the students of Montrose Hill Mc-Cloy High School. It will continue to provide a professional environment to continue their beloved mentor's work. Please stand and recognize the life of Tom Skinner and his love for the Montrose community as a family member comes to the stage to accept his award.